Hi, welcome. I am excited to share with you another topic of discussion that is true and dear to my heart because I know all too well about this topic. Yes, I do. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. You ain't cute hiding. Your purpose, you and what God has called you to do is not cute under that bed. Get up from the bed, get out from under the floor, get out of that closet, and stop hiding. This I am an expert in. I am an expert in hiding because of various childhood trauma experiences, not necessarily with anything in terms of like trauma, just bullying, things that, I had to experience as a child that I took into my adult years. And I was like, I ain't trying to be all out there in the midst of on stage, cameras, lights. I just want to be in my comfort zone, Lord. Just use me in my comfort zone. God can't use you in your comfort zone. You got to come out and you got to stop hiding. So today is stop hiding, release, and let it go. My name is Maria Owusu. I am your purpose doula, helping you birth your purpose, your divine calling into being. I just felt the Holy Spirit up in here. I am excited because I feel like this right here, I've seen so many videos, so many content creators talk about it. Imposter syndrome, feeling like you're not good enough. And yeah, all of that matters. But let's just keep it real. Everyone that God used in some way or another questioned God's use of them. Like, God, why you want to use me? If you only knew what I knew about me, you wouldn't want to use me like that. And God's saying, that's exactly why I want to use you, because of what you bring to the table that no one else does. Your experience, your pain, the way you say it, your je ne sais quoi. These are the things as to why God wants to use you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, who are we to question that? Who am I to question why God wants to use me on this camera in this way, helping you bring forth your best creation, not just your creation, but really honestly, his creation. So I wrote down some notes. Boom. So we're going to be here for a while. Go ahead, grab your tea, grab your coffee, whatever it is you need, because you're going to be here for a while. Maybe not too long. I don't know. Let's see. So I got a testimony. Y'all want me to share it with you? Okay. So I have been hiding by getting jobs. That's how I hide from God. I know that I have been called to serve in the capacity of speaking, in the capacity of helping, be on the front stage, be in front of the camera. But I really honestly, I told you in my last video, check that out. I talked in my last video about how I'm always insecure about getting in front of the camera. And God was like, girl, if you do not stop that, I am going to pop you on your tushy. And meaning that, he's a disciplinary father. Yes, he loves, but he doesn't play about the gifts and the talents that he has put inside of us, because that's the fruit. That is the fruit in which we are producing for the kingdom and for his glory. So I have really just been struggling with identifying my purpose and how I want to use my purpose, because I don't want to get in front of the camera. I don't want to really show up like this, but I know that God has identified that this is the way He wants me to do it in this season and in this moment. And I need to be obedient to that. So here is why I have been hiding, is because I'm saying there's no money in me getting in front of the camera like this. Okay. And if you live in the United States of America, or if you even live outside of the US, you already know what the political climate is in terms of, well, you can't really rely on work. You can't rely on your job. You really have to hone down on your budget, your expenses, and know what's going in and what's coming in and what's going out. So I have been working 65 hours a week. I have a full-time job overnight. And then I decided that that wasn't enough. I did. I decided to get a part-time job on top of my overnight job. Yes, yes, and yes. So I was working 65 hours a week in addition to being a mom. That was my way of hiding. God, I'm too busy to do all that you asking me to do. I was working 65 hours a week and still broke. Yes. Yeah. Still broke. And it wasn't that I didn't know how to budget, and a little bit of that. Yeah. But anyway, that's another video. It was because God was saying, I'm going to make sure that the money that's in your account will be used up in ways that you didn't even foresee. See, how God will show you that the way that you are wanting to run your life is not the way He has intended to, is you're going to get tired. I got so exhausted one time, many times, from working these hours that I just said, you know what, Father, I surrender this to you. I resigned yesterday from my part-time job to surrender my will, to surrender the money, the additional money that I was getting from this part-time job. I said, Father, I lay it all at your feet, and I am going to commit to this process of what you have for me. I don't know why you want me to continue pursuing this. Pursuing this. It's not leaving me. It's still inside of my womb. And I can feel it all within my soul that this is where you want me to go. So just take me by my right hand and lead me to where you want me to be. Because you have promised me that if I take your yoke upon me, that the burden is light. And right now I feel very heavy. I still don't have the money all together like I thought I was supposed to have. And I'm worn out. I'm stressed out. So Father, I am giving this job back to you, and I'm going to start working for your kingdom, building your kingdom. So I have stopped hiding. And if I can stop it, I can tell you right now, so can you. So now that I'm telling you my reasons for hiding, I'm going to tell you something as to why I was running for so long. And it's maybe different for you. So for me, I fear failure. I don't want to come across as, with a chip on my shoulder, but I think I'm bad. I feel like, yes, I am all that in a bag of chips. I feel very confident in what I bring to the table when I am working with a company or employer. I feel like I am all that. So if I come up short, I take it very personal. So before I want to engage in working for the Lord, which is really honestly working to build his kingdom, I don't want to fail him. I don't want to come up short because I'm not perfect. You know, there are things that I'm still working on. And the fear of failure for me was, God, I'm not good enough to do this. If you really understand how I've been working all these years, I mean, it's because I have a set of directions laid before me. I wake up at this time and I'm supposed to be here at this time and I'm supposed to be doing this at this time. Working for you, I don't have any of that. I have to kind of figure it out. And he's saying, no, you don't. I will give you the answers if you come to me. If you get in my word, I will give you the structure that you need. And that is something that I have been missing for a long time within myself. That's why I go to these corporate jobs, because they already have the structure laid out and I don't have to do the work. They tell me what time to come in. I don't have to figure it out. They tell me what time to go to lunch. I don't have to figure it out. You know, these are the things that I feel gave me security, me not having to figure it out. And when you work for yourself, you do have to figure it out. Sometimes the answers are not going to come automatically when you want it at the time you want it. But God says, I am faithful. I will give you the provisions you need to do the job and to do the job well. So I was afraid that I was not good enough to work for myself, nor was I good enough to work for God's kingdom. I also was running from my purpose, pursuing helping align women with their purpose, because I feared success. That is so weird, isn't it? Like the fear that you will do so well, you don't even want it. Yes. I kind of had this feeling like, what if I do so well and it becomes overwhelming? You know, what if I do so well that now the responsibilities of keeping this platform going, this community going, the engagement going, it wears me out? I mean, let's just be real, right? Like, I think we all like the lights and the glamour of having a status, but it comes with responsibility. It comes with knowing who you are, having boundaries, having a certain level of esteem about you to not let it get to your head. And you know, I just did not want that responsibility. I like just being responsible for me, my child, my children. That's it. You know, the job that I go to, I clock in, I clock out, I go home. I don't want the responsibility of having to manage success. And that was something that God had to deal with me on, is success is not to be a burden. It's to show others just how I work in you, how I work for you. You know, sometimes we think that it's all about me, and God will use you as a vessel, but it's to help the next person see God, to know God, to have communion with God, to see, wow, I saw where she was and now look where she's going. So, Maria, it's not all about you. Get out your head. That's how God had to deal with me. Someone is missing out on knowing who I am and how I can work in their life because you want to be disobedient to your purpose and you're hiding because you fear the success of it. I hope this is getting to you guys because this is really good for me. Another reason why I have been hiding: imposter syndrome. Ooh. Who am I to lead, Lord? Who am I to lead? Who am I to speak? Who am I to do this work? What if I told you that I felt checking all the boxes of going to church, abstaining from certain things that I used to do in my past, drinking, fornication, all of this was checking off the box, checking off the box. But deep down inside, I felt like because I've done all of that, I'm not good enough to be used by God. I'm not good enough to be used in this capacity. Who am I to lead? Who am I to speak? Why is it you want to use me so bad? And I think what I had to come into terms of is, who am I to question him? Who are you to question God? Like when he chose Paul, who are we to question who he chooses? We don't choose him. He chooses us. He taps you on your shoulder and says, this is my child. This is the person. This is the person I want to use for this reason, for this business, for this leadership role, for this period. Who are you to question me? And I think I've been wanting answers that God just will not give me an answer to. I gave you this when I created you inside your DNA, and it's infused into who you are. That's why you have the gifts and the talents to get in front of the camera, be lively, be engaged, and it's not going to be anything different from what I have created you to do. So just do it. When God speaks to you like that, that's when you know it doesn't matter what history, the trail of things that you got going on in your background, God has chosen you and you just need to accept it. You are not an imposter. You are his chosen. And when you accept that into your being, into your heart, and you repeat that and affirm that into your spirit, that syndrome starts getting so quiet that you don't even think about that. You will do exactly what you have been called to do. I have been chosen. I have been selected. I know why I have been given this platform to speak into your life. So when I speak against imposter syndrome, because I'm not an imposter. I'm the chosen. I am the selective few. And I will be successful. That's how you talk to that voice that tells you, who are you? Don't be questioning me. Don't be questioning me. That's how you respond to that voice. Don't you question God. Okay? Next one. Ooh, this is good. Another reason why I've been hiding. I like my comfort zone. I love getting comfortable. And when I tell you I am comfortable in work settings that have structure, that give me a detailed outline of what I'm supposed to do, where I'm supposed to be, that I've been working like that since I've been 15 years old. That's all I know. So stepping out and starting a brand, a business, a movement is not in my comfort zone. It's not. But God is going to give me everything I need to do it and to do it well. That is the affirmation that I am speaking into this business, into this platform, into you. You know, the comfort zone is easy. He says the road to destruction is wide, it's broad, and when you see that gate, everybody's going to be going through that gate. Why? Because it's easy. But the road to life is very narrow, and it's going to be challenging, and there will be very few people who will choose that gate. So now we know there will be two gates that we will see at the end of whatever this life is. Two gates. One is going to be broad and easy, open and wide. A lot of people will choose that gate. And another gate will be very narrow, very challenging, and it's going to be not very many people who will choose that gate. I'm tired of choosing the wide, and I'm tired of choosing this gate that everyone is going through. I don't want that gate anymore. I am changing my mind because that gate got me tired. That gate has me working 65 hours a week thinking that that's the way I'm supposed to live my life. I'm supposed to clock in and clock out and pay bills, and that's it. That's what life is. But God is showing me a different way to live. He is showing me that there's a different gate. It's going to be challenging. It's gonna get me out of my comfort zone, and it's gonna require me to step out on faith and believe in things that I have yet to see. But I have to remain confident and persevere through the challenging days to come. So I'm choosing this gate. I'm walking through this gate. And you have the opportunity to do the same, to get out of the comfort zone in which you are in. And for me, it's working a 9 to 5. For you, it may be something completely different. It may be a relationship that is your comfort zone. It may be staying at home. Maybe you're not working. You don't have to work, and that's comforting for you. But, God is saying, no, I need you to actually start applying for this school, or start applying for this job, or start applying yourself to get this degree, or whatever it is God has spoken into your heart. That is what you need to start really asking yourself. Is my comfort zone holding me back from pursuing God's purpose in me? Okay, so my comfort zone is no longer broad, is no longer open and wide. My comfort zone is now challenged by the things that will require me to continue to stay consistent in pursuing my goals. Whew. Last but not least, this right here is the fifth reason as to why I've been hiding. And that is guilt and unworthiness. This is just a testimony onto my part. I've been asking God if, my past and my history and dealing with the challenges that I've had to go through is going to keep me from being even saved. I'm not perfect. I don't think God wants us to be quote unquote perfect, but he wants us to try. He's giving us an example. Jesus Christ, his walk is an example for us to follow. And he says, if you follow me, I will show you everlasting life. My light will lead the path. And I just felt like, honestly, I'm just not worthy to be in this space of talking about God. I'm not worthy because of my past. I'm not worthy because of what I've been doing. I've had to give up drinking. I've had to give up smoking. I've had to give up fornicating relationships to get to the place of where I can say, okay, now God, I think I'm ready. But what if I didn't give these things up? God says, I could still use you. I can still use you, Maria. And I'm telling you that those things never stopped the Father from using any of his chosen children. If you are in the space where you think you aren't good enough, I'm telling you right now that you are worthy, and you are worthy of so much more. I feel like sometimes we can't wait for someone to say, get up. We have to pick ourselves up in his word. In his word, he will declare some things over you and affirm your identity in him, but he's also going to tell you you were wrong and you need to change. And honestly, if we do not change, that's where we feel like, okay, I'm not worthy, because we don't want to be taken through the process of refinement. And I know I didn't for a long time, but I've surrendered that to him. Now, there is no condemnation and no shame that anyone can throw at me or make me feel like, I'm not the chosen one for this job. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. It cannot happen. I know I've been called. I know I have been tapped on the shoulder to be in front talking to you right now in this very moment. And I'm so honored and grateful. And I don't take this moment lightly when I tell you that. I know what you're going through, but you have to pick yourself up, get in the word daily, even if it's 5 minutes, and let God affirm your identity and continue to speak life over you. Because that voice that tells you you're not worthy is not him. It is not him. And if you continue to let that voice linger and get louder and louder, you're going to continue hiding your light under the bed. You're going to continue hiding your light in the closet, and you will not produce the fruit of the purpose of life. So that is my challenge to you today. When I tell you this has been the best week for me, because I have put in my 2-week notice. And I feel this big heavy weight of pressure on me lifted off of my shoulders. And I'm just so grateful for that opportunity to say, you know what? I ain't got to work like this anymore. I ain't got to work like this anymore. And that's what was happening to me. I was working myself to an early grave. I was exhausted sometimes. I was sleeping behind the wheel because I am so tired. My bank account wasn't reflecting the type of hours that I was putting in. Like, it was crazy. And I couldn't even tell you what it is that I should be having 6 figures in my account right now with the amount of hours I have put in. And that's where I feel like God is saying he's going to let you do it your way. When Noah went and took the U-turn from his purpose, from his destiny, God didn't stop him. He said, go ahead, get on that boat. Go ahead, get on that boat, Noah. Go ahead, get on that boat. Get on that boat. And when that storm came, when that storm came, it had him surrender. The storm is going to come. And when that storm comes, that's I feel like you should even surrender before the storm comes, because it is not going to be easy. You will be tired. And I got to a place where I was tired. I was tired. So I'm just glad that I can now say, I surrender. I'm not trying to hide anymore, God. Show me exactly what it is that you need me to do. So here is my thing to you. God is saying, and God is telling you to stop looking for perfect conditions. It's not coming. Stop looking for perfect conditions. Stop making the excuses of, I'm not ready. God, this is not what I want to do because I'm not worthy. It's time to let that voice go and start working towards your purpose. We are waiting for you. I am waiting for you. The person who needs you is waiting for you. So are you going to stop hiding, or are you going to continue going in the direction that everyone else is going, and that is their comfort zone? The same thing day after day after day after day after day. I hope that this video and this message reaches your heart, even to that one person that is just watching. I am so grateful for you, because I wasn't expecting to speak this long. I wasn't thinking that I was going to even reach 15 minutes. I just wanted to blurb all through and look at God. Hey! Oh my goodness. So thank you all so much. If you have really been felt touched in your heart to stop hiding and to come out on faith, share your story in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And, also tell me, what is it that you feel you have been called and led to do in your season of purpose, in your season of intentionality? What is it that you are asking God to reveal to you? I will pray with you and also just send you some words of encouragement to help you get into the first step of really finding what you have been called to do. My name is Maria. I am the Purpose Doula, and I want you to like, share, subscribe if you already haven't, and I look forward to speaking with you all soon. Thank you so much.